Hey guys, welcome back to Bridal Sewing Techniques. Today we're going to talk about how do you sew that lace back down on the sides of the skirt. When you have the lace overlay, you've either let out the skirt a little bit or you've taken it up. That's what we're going to cover today. I'm so excited to share this with you because you're going to have to do it many, many times. I hope this helps. Let's get started. So as you know, I'm really big on how to hook up the dress so that you're not having to fight with it constantly. So I'm first going to show you this. This is my cutting table. I've got this S hook that is hooked to the hang loops, okay? And then it's feeding into this ribbon. Now I've changed my angle. You can see how this ribbon goes around the edge of the table and it's anchored underneath the table. That is going to hold the dress in place so the dress does not try to slip away the whole time. So anyways, that's something that I do all the time, like when I'm cutting hems or whatever. Okay, so now I'm going to grab a needle. It's a good long, strong one. I'm going to bend it a little bit. We don't need it quite as curved as an upholstery needle, but a little bit of a bend will help. So here I'm getting my first stitch locked in. I've got the knot, and I'm going to stitch through my first big loop. That way, we're not hoping that the knot just doesn't pull through the lace. We're wanting it to really just be tied and anchored to itself. Now I'm going to start traveling along the side of the lace applique. We've got quite a bit of sewing to do on this dress. What I want you to do is I want you to be able to watch me sew pretty much the whole project. So you can see that I'm sewing the top part of the bodice. You can see that in the upper right hand corner of this view. That's the underarm area. So I'm going to start with just kind of anchoring this down, and then we're going to move down to the hips. The part that I'm at right now is a little different. All of your layers are kind of stuck together, so you get to stitch a little deeper, a little more securely. When we move down to the skirt part of the dress, which is what the main body of this video is about, you're going to see it's different because the layers are detached from one another. They all come from the waist, but they're not sewn together. And so you're not going to want to just be awkwardly picking up the lace and accidentally sewing the skirt layers together the wrong way or something like that. They need to be able to move completely independently. So you can see right now with me working on the bodice, I'm digging a little deeper. I'm going to do a lot more stitching at the underarm because it's going to be rubbed back and forth. So that's a super important part to really nail down. So now I've changed it to where you're only looking at the hip area of the skirt. And I'm going to show you what I do. I slide black cardstock under there. You can see the applique right behind it. The reason why I do this is because when I scoop through with my needle, I don't want to accidentally pick up the layer that's underneath this. And I don't want to have to be like super careful the whole time I'm sewing. It would really slow me down if I had to just be very, very careful not to be picking up different pieces. I want to really be able to dig through. Now I'm tracing with my finger to show you just how long of a piece this is that we're having to sew down. I have used a little bit of stitch witchery, just the fusible webbing, just to kind of hold this in place, stabilize it while I sew. So here I'm going to start my knot. You can see how I'm running my needle back through just to lock that. I'm going to take a few extra stitches here where the cord has come away from the lace. That way we don't have that piece of cord standing out. The cording, by the way, is traditionally, it is hand sewn to the lace. It's a second process in the lace making process. So that's why a lot of times we spring a leak in the cord and have to fix it. It's hand stitched on there. Okay, so you're going to see how I'm digging in with the needle with my right hand, and I'm holding the slack with my left hand. This is what's going to keep me from getting a tangled thread all the time. I also usually use Burt's Bees chapstick, and I'll run the thread across my lips just to wax it just a little bit. That will help it to glide quickly and not tangle. Some people they have like a little disc of beeswax. That works well too. I just really prefer the Burt's. And I'm using nice big stitches. Because this bride is fine with stitch witchery, you can increase your stitch length just a little bit when you've used that product. So that's a bonus for them. It can save them a little bit of money. So here I'm going to end with a triple knot, and then I'm going to get some more thread and keep going. I do encourage you to check out my video, How to Tie a Knot. It is the fastest knot in the West. If you want to get super fast at tying knots, I highly recommend that video. You can follow along. Once you learn the steps, you're going to want to practice it, really drill it, and get going fast with it. And this is a handy angle. You're going to be able to see me lock that knot again on the thread. You can always hit pause, go back, watch it again. I hope it's making sense how I'm doing that. Again, you don't want to rely on just the knot pulling through the lace. That's not a great way to do it. You're going to want to really lock these together. So you see me again managing the excess thread with my left hand. That's going to really allow you to sew very quickly. If you've never used the black cardstock trick, you're going to love that. It saves your eyes. It allows you to sew really fast. You don't have to worry about picking up weird things underneath. I use it all the time. I hope you enjoy seeing an entire project like this. I think it's good fun to watch how another seamster works. Don't forget to hit that red subscribe button underneath the video. It means a lot to us. It allows us to keep making these videos. And the notifications do not have to be annoying. You have control over that in your settings. I hope this has helped you. Have a great day. Like and subscribe.